So I've noticed recently that people love to just do anyhow with my name. Tamra, Tamera, Tam Tam, Tammy. Somebody once even went as far as Torera. And the thing is, I don't actually really mind. Any variation if people want to call me, call it. As long as you are calling me, I don't mind, I love it. Anyway, my name is Tamara, and welcome to yet another episode of The Yellow Wall.
Make I tell you the matter. Still an agent butter with this pure water, but no be me go judge.
The past 2 weeks have been somewhat calm. EFCC arrested Bobrisky's kind of obviously guilty friend, celebrities flooded our timelines with pictures of them dressed up in sexy Halloween costumes, and Lagos completed yet another edition of Lagos Fashion and Design Week. Now, LFDW kicked off what I've heard people refer to as art season, which is the time in Lagos when all the creatives have all their super fancy creative events. There's Outtakes, there's other fashion weeks, and there's a whole bunch of other events that I'm nowhere near cool enough to know about. I personally don't care for most of these things because I'm a lazy shit who hates dressing up when no one's paying me to, but what I do love is watching it all unfold on social media, and I'm sure a lot of you like that too. The thing is though, sometimes when you're watching people being all dressed up and fabulous on social media, it's easy to get a little bit sad. You may have FOMO or feel like you're not good enough because you're not with all the Outtakes creatives being all, alternative and creative. And that got me thinking of Instagram in general and what a misleading thing it can be. I mean, for the most part, I like to think we're all pretty aware that to a certain extent, social media is a lie, but there are still some people out there who sometimes feel a little twang of jealousy when they see celebrities and influencers posts. Even I have to admit, there's times when I see some people's stories and I ask, God, why could I not have been born a Dangote? So today, I want to point out some things that you can use to console yourself when you're sitting in your house in your pajamas, drinking garri, and strolling through the likes of Tokemakiwan's timeline. Which brings me to today's topic, 5 reminders that Instagram is a liar. Reminder 1, almost everybody is broke. Being in the creative space looks like a good time, Abi. Music, fashion, Nollywood, radio, content creation. There's plenty of people who have dreams of getting into these fields and having their lives change based on what they see on social media. You see your favorite Nollywood stars and fashion icons in snazzy outfits and exotic locations and think, wow, this is the life for me. Fun fact, kids, this industry that looks so great actually pays terribly. I'm not going to go into the specifics because I don't want your faves to beat me for exposing their salaries, but let me put it like this. Most of you people in your non-entertainment 9-to-5s are honestly making far more money than people in the industry. In fact, a huge number of creatives have multiple hustles going on just to keep their creative endeavors alive because money from the actual creative work is more often than not pretty meh. Haven't you people noticed how very few people post their rooms or their houses? All these influencers, they don't really post where they are, just so outside snaps. Sure, some people don't post for privacy, but some is because they are managing one small struggle space with their fellow creatives and they are ashamed. No money for NEPA bills, so no life for snaps. So it's only when they're outside they can do it. Obviously, this isn't the case for everybody. There are some actors and musicians that get paid in millions. And there are some who are born rich as sin and can afford this struggle creative life. But the average creative is hungry. So the next time you see your fave musician or designer stunting on the gram, just remember that guy probably owes his landlord 3 months of rent. Reminder 2, everything na boroboro. Everybody on social media is so pretty. They have the nicest outfits, the best bags, the cutest shoes, the maddest accessories, and at the end of their post, they put the list of where they got all these great items. Sometimes, sure, they legit bought these things. And sometimes the designers beg them to come and take these things. But more often than not, he's borrow. There are some celebrities who are gifted clothes and pieces from designers who want them to be seen in their things. But more often than not, the celebrity went and straight up begged for free clothes. And I sell clothes, so I know it's true. Obviously, it's not quite as bad as it sounds because designers and celebrities have a mutually beneficial relationship. You wear my clothes for free, it gets seen by your followers who buy it from me. It's a win-win. But when it boils down to it, if you think about it, it's all actually just buru. Reminder 3, red carpets are the main event. When we see people all dressed up in glitz and glam and taking pictures on the red carpet, you can't help but have some small FOMO. It looks like a good time. And most of the time, the after parties are pretty damn late. But to be very, very honest, most of the events themselves, they are boring. The only fun thing would be watching which celebrities and influential types get drunk or misbehave. But to be honest, a lot of people show up, take all the snaps and whatnot on the red carpet and do all that, and then they go home. So there's not even anyone that interesting to watch. It's not all events, sha. Some sweet die, I can't even lie to you. But like 65% of the time, painfully boring. And the ones that aren't boring are usually televised. So you can watch it all from the comfort of your hairnet. Reminder 4, no one is that sexy in real life. Everyone is gorgeous on Instagram, which makes sense because that's the whole point. No one is out here trying to post the worst versions of themselves. Plus, in addition to using their best pictures, people edit things. Believe it or not, this yellow wall is green. Instagram is no different. People add filters and effects and look a whole lot better. But some of your faves take it one step further and have apps that create, in fact, whole new faces. I was at one of these fashion events recently and I met a very popular fashion influencer who most of you would know. I was kind of surprised because while he's cute, he's nowhere near as cute as he is on Instagram. Anyway, he sat near me and I watched him right there and then take a selfie, edit the living daylights out of it, and then put it on his story as if it was, a real-time in selfie stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was shook. I didn't know people did that kind of thing. Posts, sure, I know people edit their posts, but their stories. Anyway, if you're at home looking at Instagram and feeling like an ugly pool, just help yourself out, download Facetune, and join them to feel alright. Reminder 5.
This is Nigeria.
I'm a human being, so naturally I get FOMO and jealousy when I see certain people's Instagram accounts just like everybody else. But the thing is, I mainly get jealous of undoubtedly well-off people. Like Kylie Jenner, for example. That has a goddamn vending machine filled with champagne in her office. Do you know how rich you have to be to casually be vending champagne like it's water? That's the kind of thing that stresses me out. Certain Nigerian celebrities are enjoying too. Like there are people who the first 4 things on this list legit do not apply to. They are rich as sin, they are overwhelmed with designers giving them free clothes, they go to only the best, most interesting events and don't bother just posting snap for all these stupid ones, and they are legitimately beautiful with or without filters. There are a handful of Nigerian celebrities who actually have got it going on. But you know what comforts me when I see people like this? Last sha, they are in this Nigeria with me. And that in itself means at least a little bit of suffering. It doesn't matter how rich you are. At some point, you will enter traffic. Your gen will spoil. Your employees will be annoying. And food the other will have at least one score inside. And maybe me, I'm up sharp, but I find it comforting that even though my life isn't as awesome as some of these people's lives, we're all in this Nigeria together. And no matter who you are, Nigeria will always find a way to Nigeria you. I hope you people realize I wasn't coming for influencers or Insta celebs who, to be honest, this wasn't really about them. It was more about social media in general. We're at a sweet spot where people are being honest about social media / Instagram and its effects on mental health and how people are becoming obsessed with likes and being noticed. Sometimes you actually have to make a conscious effort to forget about other people and their alleged lives and just focus on doing you. And I think it's important to remember that at the end of the day, no matter who you are or what you post or how great you are in this life in reality or just on the gram, as long as you're in this Nigeria in some capacity or another, NEPA will shall you up. And that brings me to the end of the episode. Do you know anybody who's flexing on the gram but dying in real life? Please feel free to expose them in the comments below on our various social media. And don't forget to subscribe to Accelerate TV for all of our real content featuring real people doing somewhat real things. My name is Tamara and I'll be back in 2 weeks with more from the Yellow Wall. Oh, I think I burped at the end of that. There's Outtakes, there's other fashion weeks, there's other events and things that I cannot say because these other banks are doing them, and there's things that I can't know what you said. Haven't you people noticed how very few people post their rooms or their houses? All these influencers, they don't really post where they are, just so outside snaps. Some people, I thought the light was falling off my head. I saw my life flat before my eyes. Oh, it was the spirit of Tokemake coming to tell me to shut up. Obviously, this isn't the case for everybody. There are some actors and musicians that fuck you, you fucking AC. Sorry.